We arrived after the memorial dinner, and in the house, the covers were pulled off all the mirrors, and old photographs lay in straight rows on the floor.
Scary stories always seem implausible when read in the light or surrounded by family over a cup of tea. But the mystique is not always explicitly present. Some supernatural phenomena cannot be explained logically if one knows for certain that there was no human intervention in the event. Today is one such story.
Last year our family was literally haunted by a black streak. We lost many of our relatives. And by the end of the year it was my grandmother's turn. Of course, it was sad, but that was life. We did everything as it should be done. But the strangest thing started at about 4 in the evening when we got home. It turned out that I was the first to enter the apartment. I'll tell you right away. I was the only one who had the keys. I personally locked the door. So, we came home after the memorial dinner, and in the house, the covers were removed from all the mirrors, and old photographs were even rows on the floor. My daughter and I were taken aback. It was as if you went into the house, thinking you understood everything and could explain, and then they poured a bucket of ice water on you. At least that was the impression I got when I walked around the apartment and looked at the disgrace that an unknown force had created in our absence. Of course, I thought at once that someone was playing a joke, but think about it, why do such things? Moreover, the albums with photographs were not lying in plain sight, but far away in a closet. And it takes time to get them out and put them out neatly. My grandmother had a lot of pictures. Both her father and husband were fond of them. She even had a magnifier at home. And here it turns out that all the black and white memories of our family are on display. Looking back now, it even seems to me that the photos were in chronological order. I was too scared at the time to pay attention to details. But it seemed to my daughter, too. It turns out that each picture was clearly by date. The oldest one was in the corridor, and then they stretched in a line through all the rooms, creating a satisfyingly eerie pattern of serious faces that looked at us. It was the same mystique with the bedspreads. I pinned them to the mirrors myself, too, for they could not fall off by themselves. And as the cherry on the cake, while we were walking around the apartment in amazement, my husband came back. He was parking the car at the time. He opened the front door, and there was such an incredible draft into the apartment that it lifted most of the pictures into the air, and they swirled around us like fallen autumn leaves. It was an eerie and magnificent sight. But then the wind quickly died down. The pictures fell to the floor with a quiet rustle, and everything stopped. It was as if an obsession had dissipated. Even on a physical level, I felt something leave the house with the draft. And we try not to think about it. Let this unknown miracle come and go as it came.
Thank you for the likes. Subscribe so you don't miss new stories.